The unmistakable sounds of a siren signaling the start of the 15th annual 2017 St. Genevieve County Fair Parade here in St. Genevieve, Missouri. You're listening to live coverage on Classic Country 980 KSGM and folks at home on St. Gen TV channel 991. And it will be uploaded to YouTube and seen worldwide. And we're led by a squad car from
the Sheriff's Department.
The Sheriff's Office.
And then the DARE car's right behind that with Jeff McCarty driving in.
Deputy Jeff McCarty, one of my favorite people.
Yes, he's really a good fella.
He is certainly.
Works real well with the children.
He does, and they like that. And he always shows up at events to do the fingerprinting and the photographing for safety purposes.
Even the Sheriff's Department vehicles are able to throw candy out the window, so that's really good. We really appreciate that. Oh, okay.
Is that Eric? I would guess I'd make that a police car.
Yeah, that would be a police car, isn't it? A city vehicle.
And here comes the St. Genevieve County DARE car. Keep kids off drugs.
Jeff McCarty.
And as you mentioned, we have a color guard, and we don't. We veterans are getting a little too old to march this far, so they put the flags in the back of the vehicle, and that's fine.
And Paul Mullins driving a Farmall International tractor.
That's my buddy.
Pulling the VFW wagon along. Paul, a dedicated servant.
He certainly is. Paul Mullins. And I recognize some of the people riding, too. And here we have our first Queen candidate.
And if I can read my writing, her first name's Taylor, but Brazista, I can't read my writing. I scratched it down too rough. But it's Taylor, and she was the fair queen. Dave Vincent driving the older Chevrolet car, hauling her along. Chuck Oakes from Oakes Home Furnishings, next in the lineup. He's being real generous with the candy.
Yeah, I'm surprised he has any left by now. He's throwing out that much.
Yes.
Chuck Oakes.
Hey, Chuck, how's it going? And John Stupi Wrecker Service right behind there with his grandson Caden and his granddaughter Alexa.
There's John
Hey,
Stupi.
John.
Oh, my goodness.
And then a gold Jeep past that. Miss Evelyn Thomas is her name, and her uncle calls her Queen Bee.
Here's that truck you were telling me about.
Alvin Dunzy. He's in the 49 Studebaker. A 2R15, a one-ton truck. That's really cool.
And young Miss candidates showing up here, Kate.
Yeah, the siren's getting quite loud. Miss Kate with Miss Kate's little race car behind her.
Yeah. Oh, she races?
Yes, with that little car.
Oh, good for her.
Yes.
Kate Misplay. She's going to be a Queen candidate, and she races.
Yes.
Is that a lawnmower, technically?
No, I think it's a special race vehicle.
Okay.
The St. Jim Fire Department.
St. Jim
Gator and a big a pump truck. They call it.
And here's another Queen candidate. Little Miss Queen candidate.
Yes.
Neve.
In the St. Mary Fire Department.
Oh, they're throwing out caps.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool. Throwing out a hat.
And there you have Brayley. Brayley, a Little Miss candidate, is riding in that St. Mary fire truck. And there's another candidate. And Bloomsdale is here.
Bloomsdale Fire Department. Loads of candy.
It's amazing how much candy is going to be here.
And then John Volk and his Jeep. That's really a nice looking vehicle. Billy Klein riding with him. And Kenda Vogt riding along. That's a neat looking little Jeep.
And here's another queen candidate. This is a Miss candidate. Thea is her name. Zach Fallard.
From the Bloomsdale Volunteer Fire Department, hauling Miss Young Abigail.
Yep, young Miss Abigail. And she has a good idea. She's got an umbrella.
Yes.
More candy.
Joe Steiger in a little golf cart.
Yep.
And Rebecca Gons, former queen up there, 2016.
So her reign will come to an end.
Yes.
Tonight.
Her father driving the Jeep she's being hauled in.
Yep.
Al's Auto Body and Glass. Thanks. And there's Mrs. Gons hauling another one of their daughters that was Miss Division, Scarlett Gons. Tiny Miss Ruby, look how young she is. Looks like she's getting greeted by someone on the sidelines. Oh, and here comes the Niagara Farm pickup, and it's representing the FFA up at school, and it's Myra Niagara, his family doing that for him, the K&M Niagara Farms from out at Ozora. And a few more Miss candidates going through.
Chloe Jones, Little Miss candidate. And here's another one.
Miss Lily Adams.
She's got the wave down. Hi.
Being hauled along by Kurt and Trent Brown in a convertible.
The Expressions Dance Camp is here.
Yeah, that's a load, isn't it, Don? Look at all those young girls. Appreciate them participating. Weingarten Fire Department approaching.
I see some clouds moving in, but so far so good. No precipitation. You're listening to live coverage of the 2017 St. Genevieve County Fair Parade here on Classic Country 980 KSGM and on St. Gen TV channel 991 in St. Genevieve on the cable, and you'll be able to watch it after we upload it to the YouTube channel soon. And I'm not going to promise how quickly I'll get this on YouTube, but it'll be on there. It'll be on there soon. And there's some more people.
Yeah, more
down the way.
Fair Queen candidates.
Looks like
here's the St. Gen Beef Club coming through also. And if I can find my notes quick enough.
And
Rod Gack's in charge of the Beef Club, and there's Byron Siebert, and he has his son Lane with him. And his two daughters were in the pickup with Rod Gack in charge of the St. Gen Beef Club.
Okay. And we have our first
tractor from Nobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nobi has several pieces of equipment. Isn't that John Deere green really pretty?
Oh, you bet. You bet. That's beautiful. Beautiful piece of equipment. And here comes another tractor. These are the new enclosed tractors. Something that you can enjoy farming air-conditioned style.
Yeah, and a round hay baler on the first one, a hay mower conditioner on the second one, and that John Deere Gator's also really pretty.
Yes, it is. And here comes the combine.
Yes, and that is really a large machine, that combine. Look how high up in the air that operator is sitting.
Yeah. Yep. We certainly have gone mechanization in agriculture. It just
Yeah, no, look at this large grain wagon. This one's pulling down. When they combine it, they put it in that grain wagon, take it over to the trailer truck and put it in there to get the grain out of the field. That is a lot of tractor and a lot of machine behind it.
Coming up next, a pickup from the University of Missouri Extension, St. Genevieve County, with the Tiger on the cab roof. And there's our good buddy, Phil, is on the back of that pickup.
Yes.
Does Phil even see who we are? There he goes.
Yes. Yeah, he sees us there. It's really a good display they have. Ozor Fire Department. And Dennis driving in. Dennis Carlson.
Marzuko Electric has brought their vehicle, a brand new vehicle that I've just seen out front of their store a few times. Beautiful facility, truck, beautiful truck, nice sign on the side.
Yeah, that really looks attractive. And Heil Oil Company with one of their tanker trucks, and they're one of the sponsors of tonight's events, and it's really good to see them in the parade. Zell Fire Department. We're really thankful these fire departments come and participate.
You bet.
Davis Farm Supply with a Kubota Gator. And then they have a Kubota tractor also.
Yep,
in the
Jerry
lineup.
Davis Supply. Great guy. Involved in just about anything that says tractor on it.
Yes.
He's in the
and
area.
A New Holland, that's a pretty blue, isn't it, Don?
Yes, it is.
Davis
Now our
Farm
first
Supply out of Perryville.
Our first equestrian unit has arrived.
Yes. And that's the Sleen. Let me get to my notes here.
9.
Sleen Valley Farm, the Roth Family Ranch, also known as Ronnie, Gail, Chris, and Becky. And they breed and raise spotted saddle horses.
Beautiful. 9
so it's
horses
good to see
and
them,
riders.
and they participate every year.
You bet.
Here comes a Joe Bowman Construction with a Gator. So Tractor Supply Company was the next vehicle that went through.
Yes, indeed.
And,
yes. And the
that
tiny
was Larry.
Miskin.
Larry Rounds is a store manager, and we thank him for coming out here and participating.
You know, he lives
today.
up on KSGM Drive.
Oh, he does.
Yeah,
okay.
I have to like him.
Yeah, that's for certain. Wow, look at that Case tractor. Isn't that really cool looking?
Oh, yeah.
And Holland Jessica, the Fair Queen of 2016.
Very nice. Layla.
Sister of a U.S. Marine.
Jokerst is here.
Yeah, and I wish I knew what year the Chevrolet car was coming. That's really a neat classic
62?
car. Is it
I'm
62?
guessing a 62.
Looks like it a two-door. Yeah, really nice looking car. Looks all original yet.
Looks like a, I was going to say Impala, but that does. Here's a truck with some folks.
With another Queen candidate, there's Bill
Yep.
Gack from Ozora with his farm all been totally restored. A 300 farm, international farm all. That is a pretty tractor.
That's the kind of tractor I remember when I was a kid.
Yes. Yeah, there were a lot of them around on the farms with the tricycle front end.
Yep.
Here comes Alvin Brown and Betty Shrimp and the Shrimp family. It's really good to see them participate.
Yep, another farm-all.
Yeah, another farm-all. That one's really well done.
McCormick farm-all. And now some
Yeah, this is an H farm-all here. I've driven those before in the farm hauling hay for the neighbors.
Now this next tractor.
Yeah, an Oliver 77 row crop tractor,
It could
tricycle
fool
front
you.
end.
You might think it's a John Deere, but no.
And there's John Deere right behind it with Lester Lomendeer driving it. And they had umbrellas back then. They didn't have cabs or air conditioners, but having the sunlight off of them made a difference.
Yes, it did.
And Wade and Fowler on the 504 farm-all. That's with one of those carry-alls behind. Up there in Paul Mullen's class, we built those carry-alls.
Oh, okay.
But they were built for hauling hogs from one pen to the other. But he's actually got some ladies in there now, so it works good for that, it looks like.
Yes, it does. Another John Deere.
A 630 John Deere. That one's fixed up nice, too. Now, this one's an old one. I don't know what that one is for sure, but that is really a neat tractor. A 320 John Deere.
Oh, Ed, every time he's panning too far to the right, it's cutting out the video. Every time he pans too far to
A
the
7000 Ford.
right.
That's a pretty tractor too, with a carry-on behind with some passengers riding behind.
Why don't you sneak by us?
A Ford 961 Power Master. That's a pretty tractor. Look at that Ford Ferguson. We've sure got a nice lineup of tractors today. An MT John Deere. A Johnny Popper, we always called him. With Chip Marzuko driving that. A McCormick farm-all gray tractor. Isn't that really pretty? And pulling a little trailer behind with an umbrella with some passengers. Really neat parade today. A 420 John Deere. That one's been restored. That was really a pretty tractor. A 1530 John Deere next in the lineup. Just think these tractors were built for on the farm to do the job. Now we're out here enjoying them. A John Deere M tractor. An Alice Chalmers B. A Massey Ferguson. Massey Ferguson used to be pretty popular around here years ago, but you don't see as many of them anymore. And a WD-9 McCormick International diesel. That's really painted up pretty red. There's Chris Kurtz on a 404 farm-all. There's quite a lineup here, Don. There comes Vern Bowman and one of the older backhoes he started on years ago. Right ahead of him is a Case tractor with the front tricycle wheels extended out front, more so than normal. Hey, Vern. No
Vern
rollover
Bowman.
protection or nothing on them old backhoes years ago. We started out with stuff like that too, and really neat to see that rascal still running and doing well. A Case backhoe, that was really cool. An M farm-all is the next one in line, and these older tractors sure enjoyed the umbrellas above them. 1952 M farm-all. There's another Case tractor in the lineup.
I see it.
And
That's
Alice
beautiful.
Chalmers. Some Alice Chalmers are real good tractors. A D17. Here comes a big 5020 John Deere from the Naggers farm.
Yeah.
Out there in the Ozora area. They live just right past the home there. And there's another tractor off the Nagger farm, a 4000 diesel John Deere. And a 720 John Deere being driven. 1958, that's the year I was born, Don. 44 Massey Harris from the Nagger farm. Another 44 Massey Harris.
Now, how many of these do you think will be in the poll tomorrow or Sunday?
I don't think they would take these real pretty ones and stick them in the poll. I think they take care of these for show.
Well, I really think it's. I really enjoy watching the out of field pulls because those things, they were pulling. They were farming that morning, then they pull them. That's a little Isles Chalmers.
Yes, it is. That's a smaller one. A 435 John Deere diesel. So far, unless I miscounted, only one of the what we used to call the Johnny Poppers, the 2 cylinders, have come through. There's a 3020 John Deere. That one's really painted up pretty.
Oh, here's a beautiful Alice Chalmers.
Yeah, that one really looks nice. A WD-45 with the wide front end. See, back then they mostly had the close front end, but that's a wide front end that was ordered with. And Jerry Davis with a remake of the Ford N tractor. Let me check my notes on this, Don. A Boomer 8N, and 10 to 12 years ago they started going back to the old day type compact tractor and remade like the Ferguson tractor is what that is. It's a remake.
Really?
It's a new tractor, but it's got the old look to it.
Yeah, it does look old, but
Yeah,
it
it
has new
does.
features.
But it's the newer tractor.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how it looks like the old
Yeah.
Ford 8N? An 806 Farmall. I've driven those before. Really a nice tractor. I had a dozer with that same size motor in it. A Farmall H tractor. That one looks real well also. A 9-speed. A lot of tractors here today.
Oh, amazing number of tractors, and that's symbolic of where we are.
And we're almost to the end, Don, because there's flashing lights coming up behind them, so we're about to the end of it. There's a 560 Farmall and another 560.
International.
And a Gator that was loaned to the St. Genevieve County Fair by William Noby and Company. We really thank them for loaning us their Gator. And,
Exactly.
Appreciate being able to use that during the fair.
There goes the barricade. Just pulled it off. The South Gabry traffic resuming here on 4th Street at City Hall. The parade will still wind its way up Maxwell Hill and then past the water tower and into the St. Genevieve County Fairgrounds. Well, Kenny, thank you so much for being my guest, actually being the brains behind this operation this afternoon.
Well, thank you, Don, that KSGM is willing to cover this for us and make it even more exciting, and we sure appreciate you and what you've done for the community and for the St. John County Fair.
Well, we'll make way for some Cardinal baseball here on Classic Country 980 KSGM.
Okay.
Should be really close to 5 o'clock, I would
Oh,
think.
yes. Okay. It's
It's about
22
5:22. Okay.
Yeah,
We
5:22.
We better
we're
join
past.
that pregame in progress right here on Classic Country 980 KSGM and back to more of the best on St. Gen TV 991. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the St. Genevieve County Fair. 2 days left to go. Of course, we got tonight, we got tomorrow, and we got Sunday. So get a schedule online at suntimesnews.com. You get all the information you need for the St. Genevieve County Fair. Also on the St. Genevieve County Fair website as well. I'm Don Pritchard for Kenny Williams. Good night from St. Genevieve.